Hello and welcome to the Scary Hallow channel. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so you don't miss out on any new updates from us. Today, I'm going to show you the top 6 real haunting ghost stories. Number 1. One night, when I was in 7th grade, I had 2 friends sleeping over and we were in my basement. My brother, who was around 7 at the time, had bought himself a new Furby and got bored of it after a few weeks. Then it's untouched in the basement closet. As you may know, Furby sometimes begins to talk when they are moved, yet they only speak gibberish, not English. This night, it was around 4 a.m. and we had all the lights out and it was silent. We were laying down to go to bed and out of nowhere, we hear this Furby a voice saying, "Come play with me," and then left at the time and didn't know it didn't speak English. So we wrote it off and went to bed. To my horror, in the morning, when I checked on it, not only does it not speak English, it also had no batteries. Number 2. I was a freshman in college in the Philippines. It was late at night and my friends and I were on our way home after watching a play at one of the campus theaters. As we were nearing the College of Education building, I looked up to the sky and saw a woman jump from the topmost floor. I told my friends and we ran over to the front lawn of the building to help the woman, but when we got there, she was gone. The guard came rushing over to us because I was so loud about it. My friends didn't see her because I was the only one who felt the urge to look up. The guard helped calm me down from the nearest area, then told me that they must have seen the ghost of a woman who had jumped to her death from that building years ago because it was the anniversary of her death. Number 3. When I was around 8 or 9 years old, my mom told me to go to bed early in the summer night, so I threw a fit and began screaming at my mom. I hate you. My mom always told me never to go to bed angry because the devil can possess me and steal me. After slamming my bedroom door shut, turning off the lights, and laid down. It was nearly midnight and I was still angry. Suddenly, I heard tapping by my door. I had children up my arms. Then I heard a voice call to me. It sounded like my brother's voice, but he was calling me a nickname. My mom used to make it. I figured it was my brother, so I started yelling at him to go away. The voice taunted me with the nickname till my mom ran to the room and turned on the lights. "What are you yelling at?" I sat up and noticed she was the only person in my room. I told her my brother came into my room and started calling my name. She looked pale. "Your brother is sound asleep in my room." It was exactly midnight on the clock when my mom walked into my room and it was freezing. Even though my window was closed and the AC was turned off, there was something in my room that night, and to this day, nobody in my family understands what happened. All I know is that I'll never go to bed angry ever again. Number 4. Several years ago, I was deeply involved in amateur ghost hunting. A friend at the time told me her home was, in fact, haunted, and I jumped at the chance to tackle the challenge. We first conducted was an EVP session in the master bedroom where my friend's grandparents died. After asking questions like, "Do you want us to leave and what are you going to do if we don't leave?" Several people in the group immediately began complaining of headaches and stomach thing. I was met with responses like yes and harm. We began hearing noises from the kitchen where we moved to conduct another session in the room, which became drastic. Hot for a January, New York City. Oh, and I raised my hands in prayer and began to close my eyes. As I prayed, a member of the group told me my hands are being pulled apart by nothing. As I opened my eyes, I became disoriented and my vision blurred, and I heard several people in the group saying something was coming up the stairs from the basement. I got up and noticed the horned shadow creeping up the steps. I yelled at it, "Do your worst. I'm not afraid." I woke up on the floor a full 5 minutes later. I managed to get out of the house, just to be told I smelled like ashes and fire. I got home to notice what appeared to be a handprint on my ankle, and it was hot, the touch, and extremely painful. I had gone to church and explained what happened, and the priest offered to anoint the mark with holy water, and when it came into contact with my skin, it felt like I was being set on fire for several weeks after myself. And one member of the group began to have dreams of being threatened and taunted by a man in a black suit. Number 5. My grandfather built a house for him and his first wife. Sadly, she died falling down the basement stairs. Later, he met my grandmother and they had my mother years later. My grandfather passed away, leaving my grandmother alone in the house. A friend of hers had stopped by to see if she would sell the house. She gave them a tour and afterward, her friend handed her his card. The minute her hand touched the card aloud, the crash came from upstairs. For reference, the upstairs is laid out like a square hallway that loops around a pillar, and on the back of that pillar, it's a bookcase. The shelves in the bookcase had collapsed in a word like someone had slammed down on the butcher. I found in every room upstairs, behind beds, in closets, and even in rooms on the other side of the pillar. My grandma never really believed in ghosts, but this event freaked her out. Number 6. So, this has happened to me more than once in the house where my family used to live. From what I was told, there was a ghost in the house that resembled me so much to the point where my own mother thought it was me. The first incident was back in 2011 to 2012. off, I was in my bedroom and I heard my name being called. So when I responded from upstairs, I heard my mom say, "Never mind." Very nervously, naturally, I go down the stairs and ask my mom why she was calling me. She then said, "I just saw you standing in the kitchen." I looked at her and said, "I found upstairs the whole night," and she replied with, "I saw you go into the kitchen and open the cupboard." This is it for today's video. What do you think of our video? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. Thanks for watching.